So it's currently like 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning. Um, but I just had two very interesting dreams, with one of them being kind of scary. Um, so scary that I realized when I woke up that I was sweating. I like profusely wet. Like my back is slightly colder than when I went to sleep. Um, and that may have something to do, honestly, with having the door closed and not a window open, even though the fan's on. The fan's really just circulating the hot air in here with me under the cover and all the stuff in my bed, and also just body heat and laying here, and yeah. I hope I'm eating good enough, despite my being tired. Um, so I'll start with the scary one and then kind of go to the better one. Um, the very scary one was kind of like okay for a bit, and then it kind of went downhill drastically when I got into the room slash garage slash whatever the fuck it was, you know. But basically, uh, I know this I know this older guy, like, gotta be like at least like 5 or 10 years older, and then his partner, um I remember it being like a female type partner, or at least feminine type partner, you know. um yeah, but mind you, like for the past like 3 4 days I've been watching The Handmaid's Tale, and I could tell in the aftermath of all of this that was a huge influence on why I had this dream, as well as today or yesterday. No, yesterday. Yeah, when I went over to my uncle's, me and my little cousin, my granny, me and my little cousin and my granny went to my uncle's, and we all had food and played games and more food as a family. So yeah, it was cool until my social battery ran out, and then I could kind of feel that I was different slowly. And I wonder if that's been a big issue throughout my. I mean, not that I wonder. I mean, in hindsight, just like the dream, I kind of know now that that's kind of it. But I don't think it's a social battery thing, except or instead of it, or fuck, I don't think it's a social battery thing. I mean, that might be it, but I think it's also partially from like comments that are made directed at me that aren't meant to be like malicious or negative, but they're kind of like slights in a way, but not really. If that makes sense, I'll explain it after the dreams. Um, but yeah, this video might be a long one. I don't know. I'm kind of tired. So I'm not talking at the normal rate that I usually do. I hope you can hear this. I mean, I think you can. You know, I'm tired, but not like slurring my words or anything. Like I'm fucking drunk or something. You know, 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 Naruto. You know, you gotta go, yo. Um, but yeah. What else was I saying? What was I saying? Fuck. Oh yeah, yeah. The older dude, their partner, feminine type of person. I remember that. Um, but the reason why I say the Handmaid's Tale's influence was because the dude, it was weird. Um, because he reminded me a lot of uh of June's husband from Handmaid's Tale. Um, but his partner was more like fuck, I forgot her name. The one lady who escapes with the one lady who escapes with Nicole. Nicole Holly or Holly Nicole or whatever they end up naming her. I hope she ends up keeping both names. Um I don't know, I think that's what they might do. I don't know. I never read the books. I didn't even know they were books until I learned they were books as I was watching this from kind of spoiling things for myself. But yeah, so uh, I remember, and I say the family influence thing because of what we had in the car. So the dude guy, he had like this giant, like on the seat. It kind of like if it's sitting on your lap and you're like you're my height, 5'11". Um, so glad I'm not 6 foot. You know, it's not really much of a difference, but so glad I'm not. Um, and you're sitting like on my lap, or I mean, fuck, and it's sitting on my lap, right? And you're five height, five, fuckity cluck. You're 5'11", and it's sitting on your lap, right? It would be up to not your chest, but it would be up to like the middle of your stomach. Well, then again, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't matter because height can be the same, but it can vary from torso and leg length. Leg length. Okay, never mind. It's basically like how do I put it? How do I put it? Okay, it's like a big no, because those can vary as well. I was gonna say like a big kitchen pot, but not like a pot with handles, but like a pot like the really smooth ones are like stainless steel. Either stainless steel or yeah, but those can vary too. I mean like fuck. I don't know. It's just a really big like bunt cake, but it's kind of cut in sections, and all the sections are different colors. Um, I can't. Damn, it's picture a bunt cake, but picture like a huge, oversized one that's able to sit. It's able to like sit and cover the entire back seat, not like a long back seat, but like the one seat on either side. You know, and it's just a giant circular base with the bunt cake protruding upwards, like how a bunt cake looks, but it's just giant and oversized and cut in sections that are really colorful. Like yeah, but yeah. So we get out the car, we bring that in, and then I remember the dude asking me if I was ready to learn to drive yet, and then I remember I remember him asking. And then I didn't respond to him, but I ended up asking him, or no, I remember thinking in my head, well, yes, but not in, I would say his car, but I remember saying not in her car, but I think the car belonged to his partner, and he was driving. Um, I think so. And we we lived in like these apartments, kind of sorta. They're like really fancy, if that makes sense. I don't know how else to put it. But we got out, and then for some reason all the doors were open, and then we got out, all the doors were open, and then I turned to walk towards them, and I remember turning around. At least in hindsight, I remember turning around. I don't remember doing this in the dream, but like, okay, I know I did it in the dream, but maybe I didn't. I don't know. I mean, my brain's just kind of adding things on, but I turned around and the doors were then closed. So current me is thinking, okay, maybe the doors were just, maybe this was like sometime in the future and doors just closed automatically. They weren't like, they were like wing doors. They were just like normal out flappy wing, or not wing, but like out flappy car doors, like normal car doors, normal normal like 2000s car doors. You know, ones that aren't meant to be like, or aren't trying to be like um futuristic, or have like the weird doors that either open upwards or open out and up, you know. So, yeah. But we're walking up, and we had like a corner that we have to go, or that we have to um not go, well, yeah, we have to go around to get to our apartment, you know. Or it was their apartment. I don't know whose apartment it was. I just remember we were staying there. We never got to the apartment though. I'll tell you why. So the female type, right? The partner, she goes, and she ended up getting way ahead of us as we're walking. But she ends, like, as we see the corner, we see her talking to someone, and okay. Also, mind you, before this, I am walking up from the parking lot, and I remember saying hi to this lady, and it takes her a minute to process what I said, and then I think she responds back with hi or something. I forget now. If I would have told you this 5 minutes ago, then I probably wouldn't remember what you said, because I replayed it in my head a few times. That may be why I forgot. But yeah. Sorry, I yawned. Um, yeah, and then she responds like as I'm like a ways past her, but I can still hear her. And then the guy makes a comment like that that she never speaks to him. And I remember thinking like, well, maybe it's because you don't really talk to her, you know. But I don't remember if I said that or not. I don't know. Um, but we almost hit the corner, and then we see the female partner, right? And she's there talking to someone, and then they go around the corner, and then next thing we know, they're kind of running to work. And by mind you, she has the same mannerisms as the person that I'm referring to in The Handmaid's Tale, but it's like when she escapes Gilead, not before. You know what I mean? It's like those kind of mannerisms. Um, in terms of like, um, in terms of like the way she is as a person, that's kind of vague. Like the way, like the posture, and like the posture and fuck, not presence, not presence, but um, damn it, like I guess the only way I can put it, like I know the word I'm trying to think of, I just can't quite think of it. If that makes sense. Um, but it's like she has like an innate nervous demeanor even when she's not nervous. You know what I mean? It makes you feel like she's nervous or uncomfortable all the time, if that makes sense. You know, and then that also reminds me of the ex partner slash situationship slash not relationship thing. Most recently, I kind of started this whole YouTube thing because I vented out a bunch of shit. Ultimately, I needed to do that. I don't know if I needed to post it all, but I needed to vent it out. For better or for worse, you know? But, yeah. Um, so next thing we know, they're running, and they end up running, like, down the street of the apartment, and then, like, around another building. But we're basically chasing them, and before we even start running to try to catch up to them, the guy is telling me that she probably signed something she shouldn't have, like before. And turns out this has happened like 3 times before, or like 2 times before. And this is the third time, pretty much. But it's for like an organization that she doesn't really want to be part of, but she also doesn't she also doesn't really decline when they do show up. Um, yeah. But we're going, and I just remember um, him like running, but at least to me, it wasn't like top speed or something. But then again, I remember like obviously I'm younger, so I don't know. Um, maybe my top speed is like just more, and I don't know. But I remember I jumped over a car, like I jumped over the hood of it, like how you would see not pole vaulting, but fuck, what's I forget what it's called, but like the track thing, and you're jumping over the hurdle. Oh, the hurdles. Um, I guess I kind of hurdled over it, but like I hurdled it at like that height, but I was kind of like jump walking through the air, if that makes sense. Not literally walking through the air, but like jumping so high that you can do like a walking motion, if that makes sense. It looks like a slow motion walking, if that makes sense. Or like I guess running. It doesn't matter. Anyway, jumped over the hood of a white like SUV type car. All right, and then because I didn't want to take time to go around it, so I jumped over it. And then I remember I kept going, and we got to where they like the garage area that they went into, and it was weird because it was like it looked like a garage, like basically like a home's garage, but in front of the garage, it seemed like there was like a makeshift patio thing, but not like makeshift like you could tell that it's kind of makeshift as in like it wasn't originally there, but it looks like it's properly there now. If that makes it like it looks like it was always a part of the whole thing, but it wasn't because it doesn't make sense for for a working garage to have that, you know. It was also weird because the garage was colored the same thing as the building, but it was still a garage. Like it was like a picture of a garage door, but it's just I guess textured, right? It's just it's textured the same way as the surrounding wall, right? But there's like tables and chairs. Um, but they're like those black metal like outside restaurant chairs. Not like the rounded ones. I guess they are rounded. Rounded, yeah, yeah. But they're like the round table ones with the chairs and they're black. You know. Um, but yeah. So sorry, I yawned again. Um, but yeah. So I go, and then when we get there, I'm running like top speed towards the fucking fence of the patio thing, and the door is like right there. And the guy is just coming around the fence to talk to the person in the door. Um, but I like hop over the fence, like my foot, I think my left foot hits the fence, and then I use that to push off, and I push onto one of the tables, hit it with my right foot, and then I try to like I guess in a way dive kick into the door so I can get my leg stuck or my foot stuck at least, and then be able to get the door open so we can get her back. Um, it didn't work. She sees me and then she closes the door real quick. So, yeah, but that ends up happening, and then uh, it kind of skips to he goes in first. The other guy, he goes in first, talks to them. Mind you, at this point, she still hasn't come out yet. But he goes in there first, talks to them, and then I go in after. Um, and I don't remember seeing him after he went in or I assume he came out because obviously I went in and his plate was there and there was like one bite um gone out of whatever the fuck we were eating. I forgot, but we were eating something. Um, but he still had his like plate with like one bite of it gone, you know. I didn't see him, you know what I mean? So I ended up they I don't know why, but we had the same plate. Like they just put my food on his plate. But like there was like more than enough room for that. It wasn't like a huge plate. Like it wasn't. Oh, I guess it. Well, yeah, I don't know, but it wasn't like a huge. It was kind of like a medium sized plate, but they kind of put my food on his plate, just like in a different section of the plate, pretty much. And I remember the lady talked to me before I went in, or not before, but as I was going, like as I was walking through the garage to the seat that he sat in, and and fuck, and we talked, and then fuck, I don't remember. Fuck, I don't remember what. Damn it. I don't know. I can only remember. Okay, I can only picture this moment now. But basically, we go in, right, and I sit down. I think I start eating whatever it is, and I remember thinking to myself what I was thinking about yesterday. I think I said it in a video. I don't remember. I might have. I don't think so. I think I just thought to myself throughout the day, or at a point during the day, but that I just eat fast. It's partially. Oh, no, 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 no. Because I told her in the dream. That's what it was. So I remember telling her as I'm sitting down eating that I'm gonna try to eat slower because I've always ate fast, childhood bullshit, and um and I think the military like exacerbated the issue, or I guess it exacerbated or exaggerated yeah, exacerbated the habit, you know. But I should eat faster because it's healthier and it allows you to actually taste your food more rather than just swallowing it all. Um, but yeah, anyways, I remember saying that, and then I remember her being really, really close to me the lady I was talking to, she was very, very close to me. And then like as I was eating, but she was like kind of above me, but like really, really close in terms of like face to face. And I was slightly uncomfortable, but I was listening. Um, and I remember she asked me if I smoked weed. I said yeah, and then she said, "Okay, cool. So we did this time, and then next time, um, you'll have this." And she gave me like a really like fancy looking joint that kind of looked like if you've never seen a black and mile or I don't really know what they're actually called. Like I never just listen to how people pronounce it. Um, but yeah, but they're like the fancy cigarettes with like the wood mouth tip thing. Um, yeah, but yeah, it kind of looked like that. You know, I don't even remember if it had like the wood tip thing. But it was a joint, which is a really long joint, basically. Joint, 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 joint. But yeah, joint. Um, so yeah, I remember thinking that was odd. You're like, why the fuck are you assuming I'm gonna come in next time? And then as I'm eating, as I go on and sit down, I look up, and this shit wasn't there before. I don't know why it was there, but then it's a dream. Dreams are fucking weird. Um, but it wasn't there before when I walked in. There was just an empty space, and then there was a chair, or there was like the table, and then two chairs on opposite sides, towards the back of the garage. Right, the back compared to where I entered. All right, and I entered, mind you, I entered like going down some stairs, and then through a door. You know, mind you, a door. It's just singular. It'll be important later, or in like 2 minutes, not even. But yeah, so I'm eating and I look up and I just see blue and white posters with like a tinge of red. And I just remember seeing Trump in like big letters, and it was a picture of it was weird because it wasn't Charlie, but it for some reason like I was thinking Charlie, but the picture showed that other dude. I don't even know his name, but that one other guy who was on he's a part of, I think he's a part of Turning Point USA, but I forget. But I remember he was on the whatever podcast at one point. He was on it like once, I think. But fuck, I forgot his name. He's like the kind of skinny, um, white looking dude, black hair. Hold on, let me look him up. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Um, Hold on. Damn it. What's that dude's name? No. I don't know. I can't think of his name. Fuck. I don't even know. I wouldn't even know how to look him up because I can't. I can only think of his face. You know. Um. But he's like kind of skinny. Um. But not like, I don't know, because he had a suit on. But he's like a skinnier person, not like bone skinny, but like just thin. He has a wife, black hair, white looking dude. Um, Uh, he was on the whatever podcast. Like that's literally the name of it. The whatever podcast. Um, the host is his name Brian. Very odd dude that I don't know. It was funny. There was a clip of him talking to a trans person on the pod, and they went to the bathroom together, and it was so cute. Um, but yeah, I think a lot of them are just they're either in the closet or they're just people that have never tried anything new, so they just ew, no, it's wrong, it's bad, blah blah, God this, God that, blah blah. Um, but then once they try it, it's like they just oh my god, it's all in the world. Oh my goodness, oh wow, you know. Um, I hope he had fun though. I hope he's slowly changing as a person. I don't know, dude. I don't know. But yeah, fuck. And now my video cap is almost, or my video is almost at its cap. I have like this. There's this number. It's 32, 31. As I'm like recording this on my phone, so that means I have to clear space because I won't be able to record anything past that. Once I do, then I'll be able to, I guess, tell you the other dream. But pretty much, I look up and I see that, and then I'll just finish this after. Well, I'll tell you as much as I can, then I'll stop, and then I might end up just splicing them together so instead of making two videos. Nah, I'll make two. That's fine. Um, but yeah. So I look up, I see those posters, everything. They're sitting on like a big table, a big black table, um, and then the girl turned into a guy, but it's like an older dude now, like an older dude, gray hair, and he like turns on this